What up, guys? In this lecture, I'm going to be going over daily bias. So for daily bias, what I do is I start off in the higher time frames. So start off in the daily. What I do here is I see if we're respecting or disrespecting any fair value gaps, the upside or the downside. In this case, we do have a daily fair value gap right here that's being respected to the upside. But since we're chopping around on the daily chart, I would have to scale down the lower time frames to see if we're respecting or disrespecting anything. But off of the daily time frame, I would be more bullish until all-time highs. Scaling down to the 4 hour. So I always start off in the higher time frames before going to the lower time frames because that's just what you do. All right, and then the 4 hour, scale down the 4 hour. Once again, I would be more leaning towards the bullish side, just because we already dipped and we are about to inverse this 4 hour gap right here. So really the higher time frames, I just go based off of fair value gaps and inverse fair value gaps to see what we're respecting and disrespecting. So, and then in this case, we're kind of accumulating on the 4 hour. So I'd have to scale down to the lower time frame once again. And once again, the lower time frames happen before the higher time frames. So you always have to keep that in mind when trading market open. So the lower time frames will happen first. So whatever's happening in the 5 minute will happen before the 15 minute, and then the 15 minute will happen before the hourly. Hourly will happen before the 4 hour. All that type of stuff. So you can base that kind of off of the market. So going in the morning, if the 5 minutes bullish, the 15 minutes bearish, then what you can expect is for us to push up, and then once we manipulate up, then we'll go distribute down after that move. Then you go to the hourly. Once again, seeing what we're just disrespecting, respecting. You can also look for SMTs. So if there's like an SMT at these lows right here, which there most likely probably is, then you can use that. You can use CISDs. You can use all the lower time frame confluences. So use all of ICT's methods to see where price is going to go. So I teach all those: CISD, inverse fair value gap, SMT, all that stuff, all the important stuff you need for your daily bias. So once again, I would be more bullish because we did manipulate down, and if this were to be in the SMT, so this is a hypothetical situation, that would be an extra confluence for us to be pushing up. And then go to the 15 minute, and this is where I would turn on session highs and lows. So in this case, I would mark out Asia lows, which would be right here. Oh, let me make that look better. I'll mark it London lows, which would be right here. This is called the ICT kills on and pivots on TradingView. So this is good for finding session highs and lows. After that, I would then again scale down to the 5 minute. And once again, I would be more bullish on market open once again because we are in a clear uptrend. We're accumulating. We might manipulate up, swipe these, and then distribute down. But I would be more bullish in this situation. And then I would be looking for us to go up and then eventually take out Asia lows because that's our only draw on liquidity. And for draws on liquidity, I would target equal highs and lows, London, Asia highs and lows, relative equal highs and lows, all those big liquidity targets that you target on the lower time frames for your take profits and like liquidity. That's really it for daily bias. So really all it is, starting off the higher time frame, seeing or disrespecting, respecting. If we're getting more movement to the upside, say everything, all the charts align to being bullish, then that is a really strong indication that will be bullish for literally like the whole entire week if all of the time frames align. But for daily bias, I really just go off like the hourly and the 15 minute to see what we're disrespecting and respecting. And your daily bias can always change because the 10 a.m. 4 hour candle, whenever that 4 hour candle, so say like right now. Okay, so right now we would be more bearish because we're respecting this gap. But if at 10 a.m. this candle disrespects this and closes above this 4 hour gap, then that would be more confluence to us pushing higher. If you guys have any more questions on daily bias and would like for me to go in more depth on a one-on-one call, just send me a DM and we'll get that started.